It's a delicate balancing act, deciding how many vegetables you want to grow and start the seeds indoors with how much room you've actually got to grow them. So it's a little bit of a dance, hoping that you've got the room to start the seeds and then maybe move them to another area after they get growing to harden them off and get them ready for planting before the other seeds that you've got started are getting to that same kind of development stage where you're potting them up when you've got a lot more containers than you've got room for. So I'm getting right to that point right now where I've potted up plants, filled up most of my space, and now I've got more plants getting ready to be potted up again. But I think this week coming up, I'll be able to start moving some of the seedlings that we potted up previously, start moving them out to the greenhouse and begin the process of hardening them off. At least during the daytime hours, move them outdoors and put them in the greenhouse. And then if necessary, depending on the temperatures, move them back indoors. But in the meantime, let's take a look and see how our plants are doing. Oh, looks like it's doing good. Some of the greenery is burned still, but most look like they're doing okay. This is the original spot where I planted the rutabaga, and I gave up all hope on this. Nothing ever seemed to materialize. I guess it's what, a month now? So I'd already given up on it, but I was hoping that maybe something would pop up. But since it hasn't, I'll be tearing everything out, and the transplants that we got inside that are growing nicely, we'll put them in here. This is the second batch I direct seeded with the new seed. These have been going through some pretty cold nights, a couple of cold days too, but a lot of the days have been 40s to 60s. Once or twice into the 70s, but most of the nights have been upper 20s, low 30s. So let's see if they've decided to produce it all yet. Whoa, we've got some growth here. Yeah, look, they're all coming up here and here. Okay, so I guess you just give them enough time, even in the cold weather like this, they'll start. So we'll cover them back up, although it's kind of nice today, but it's a little breezy out, so I'm going to keep them covered. Let's see if there's anything under the second one. Yeah, well, here we got some coming up. Oh, and we got one here, right there. And oh, yeah, we got a couple right there too. And I don't see anything over here yet. Okay, great. So we are getting some rutabaga production from direct sowing the seed. And as I said, we do have the seeds indoors too. So it'll be a good comparison actually. I mean, the ones indoors are far larger than what these plants are, but these are not going to be transplanted, so they're not going to be subject to any shock. So it'll be a nice experiment to see which ones do best, or if it even matters at all. Onions are doing well. It's time for another haircut. Chives also are doing well. Also time for a haircut. This is our indoor planted rutabaga, and as you can see, it's doing much better, growing much faster than the outdoor direct seeded rutabaga. And these are in desperate need of being transplanted to bigger pots. The broccoli calabrese that we potted up last week, it's growing great. It's off to the races. The Waltham 29, however, is in serious need of being potted up as well now. Same goes for our Baker Creek Brussels sprouts. They need to be potted up, but they're looking good. While the ones that we potted up last week are also looking quite healthy and doing quite well. The romaine lettuce that I mentioned last week, I had lost the footage for. As you can see, it's growing healthy and strong. And I'll be sowing a second set of romaine lettuce seeds this week so that we always have a continuous crop and aren't overwhelmed with having lettuce all at once. Golden acre cabbage is also coming along nicely. This Copenhagen cabbage, at least I'm hoping that's what that is ready to be potted up. This is what happens when you don't label something. You're pretty sure that's what it is, but it's not certain. Parsley has sprouted and is doing well. Basil is up and growing. This is what I planted a little bit early, but doing well. Potatoes are coming along. Their plants are growing. I had to break down and bring them indoors because I just think it's been too cold outside for them. Not a lot of room in here. I'm hoping the warmer temperatures allow them to sprout faster than they otherwise seem like they would. So as you can see, we got a lot of stuff growing on right now. All the vegetables that we potted up last week, all looking really healthy, growing good. And we're gonna be potting up some more this week coming up. If you wanna see what we were doing in our garden last week, check out this video right up here and then subscribe and hit that notification bell. And that way you'll be able to follow along on the progress on all of our vegetables as we try to grow a supermarket in our own backyard. Okay, thanks for watching.